So yeah, wow. I don't really know where to begin other than wow. This isn't gonna be a like a breakdown or anything of the video. I don't really have time for that as I'm recording this, as I have a train to catch first thing in the morning, and it's getting on in the day. I have other stuff I need to do, but I wanted to kind of do a little thing and get it out. Just because like I cannot contain my hype for this, and I hope it doesn't go the way of the remake of KOTOR 1. Really hope that doesn't happen. But I'm filled with hope. It's a new Old Republic game directed by the original game's director. I could not be more hyped. I don't know if it's obvious from my channel and some of the better performing videos I've put out on it. I kinda like the Old Republic era of Star Wars. It's something that's been quite close to my heart for past 5 years, especially. And like if you've not played any of the games at all, regardless of whether it's the MMO, the Knights games, either, play any of them. They are brilliant. I really adore these games. I love this era, and I think any self-respecting Star Wars fan should at least try them once. The MMO maybe less so because it's a continually ongoing story and everything. But if you want to play like part of the base game, one of the stories of the base game, I'd do that. Just find a way to experience this era of Star Wars and this kind of media of Star Wars. But yeah, to explain what my excitement was when that trailer happened, I physically jumped out of my seat, hit my desk so hard with my knees that my fan fell off, and I almost fucking destroyed my Wii U gamepad. I luckily didn't. I caught it as it was falling, but I feel like the screen probably would have cracked had it actually landed on the floor. Um, so yeah, I was super fucking hyped when I saw that. I saw the Leviathan, like the first shot of the Leviathan, and I was like, "There's no way that's what I think it is, right?" Like it's definitely a Star Wars game, and it's like, "Oh, cool, new Star Wars game." I kind of picked up on that immediately, and then you see the tip of the Leviathan, and you think, "Okay, well, what's this?" Uh, I didn't think it was what I thought it was gonna be. So it's like, so it's like going forward, I'm definitely getting the game on day one if it does happen, so long as it doesn't look shit with gameplay reveals and everything. I really hope that it does come out and it's to a good quality, because I don't think I'd pre-order it. I might pre-order it like the night before if the pre-order bonuses are good enough. Um, or like pre-purchase it on Steam or whatever the night before if it's good enough. But I don't think I'd purchase it that far ahead in advance. Though that being said, I really, 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 really don't know where I'd like this to be placed. It's being directed by the same person behind Knights of the Old Republic 1, and it's an Old Republic game. We see the Leviathan and whatnot. So I can only assume that it's some kind of continuation of the Old Republic storyline as a whole. Whether that accounts for SWTOR or and the expansions is yet to be seen. And in my mind, there's two kind of possibilities with. Sorry. There's two kinds of possibilities with seeing that. Which is, I would really like to. Not that I would really like to. I'm trying to compartmentalize my thoughts. This audio is going to be fucking unedited. You are getting the raw audio of just like my stream of consciousness here. But I think personally that there's two possibilities of where the game could be placed. I think it could be either the very end of what we accept to be the Old Republic era, which is I think around 1000 BBY, or it takes place between Knights of the Old Republic 2 and the beginning of SWTOR in that kind of 300-year gap. And it simply either recontextualizes something ahead of time from when SWTOR technically starts, or alternatively, it wraps up loose ends from the Knights games that we never really got closure on in the Revan novels, or the Revan novelization, or the Old Republic supplementary material to begin with. It looks like we might have a single character for this one. I didn't notice if there were any like kind of companion characters about. If there are companion characters, well, there's another tier list video I can make. That's dead easy. Make a tier list video for it, probably anyway. With like, even if there's not companions, I might just do it off based on like the main characters you meet in the game that have an impact on the story and whatnot. But like, we've only got a cinematic trailer. There's only so much you can speculate on. Is it going to be a RPG? Is it going to be more in the style of SWTOR? Is it going to be closer to KOTOR? Or is it going to be like these Jedi Survivor games? Don't know. Could be literally any of them. I personally think I'd like a mix of the KOTOR, or kind of like certain KOTOR mechanics, with the addition of kind of overall gameplay being more Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor. But that is obviously like, it all remains to be seen. We don't know how far ahead in development it is, or if this is like literally just we've just got a concept so far. Either way, I'm stoked. I going back a bit for personal preference of when I'd want the game to take place, given its fate of the Old Republic, like its fate, the ending. I think I'd like to have it closer towards the 1000 BBY mark, just because that means it gives SWTOR some more room to play around with. Like, it keeps the ability for SWTOR to have like stuff played around with. As for the effect this will have on SWTOR, I don't know. We don't. I don't think it's being developed by BioWare. I'd be shocked if it was, or even Broadsword for that matter. But I would definitely hope that no matter what ideas or like maybe newer concepts are introduced with Fate of the Old Republic, we might see some of that put into SWTOR in some capacity, whether that even just be an armor set. I think also just one other hope I want for this game is that the player character is still something we can project onto. Like, I know that the player characters from the Knights games have been given like solid identities of, you know, we've got like, in the games you're given an identity, but you're still a silent protagonist. You're still working through, you can still role play as a certain archetype. And I kind of hope the same is true for this one, that they can try and keep that spirit in it, where you get to kind of project a bit onto the character, you get to make the character's choices, as opposed to being like just a straightforward action game with a story. Not that I would be against that, but I think if we're going Old Republic era, I'd like to at least stick to some conventions, if that makes sense. Though, I suppose on top of that, there's also the matter of what the story might be. I mean, fate is kind of a very big choice of words there. It's sort of, and with like the trailer as well, you've got the Jedi visiting the Leviathan wreckage. I can only assume that it's going to have similar themes to the Knights of the Old Republic games, which are all about the past and, you know, putting the past back together. Because in the first game, you don't really know much of what's going on, and you end up putting, you know, the reveal is obviously that you were Revan, or that you are Revan. depending on how you want to play that off. So that is a massive thing. Where so it's like, it's all about the past. It's like the effect the past has on what's going on now. And then, of course, in the Old Republic 2, you're playing as the Jedi Exile, Mitra Surik, who obviously her past actions had a massive knock-on effect on what's going on in the game right now, what Krea's plan is, yada yada yada, all that. So I do really hope we have something kind of a similar nature, story-wise and thematically, in Fate of the Old Republic. Really fucking hope that's the case. But that's kind of where my head's at with this. I will absolutely play the shit out of the game. I will try and live stream it, or at least record myself playing it, because this is something I feel like I'd really want to put my live reaction out for. But yeah, it's gonna be hella fun, I hope. I'm really excited. Oh yeah, I guess there's the Pod Racer game coming out. That's cool, I guess. But yeah, I would so looking forward to this game. Like, the hype is through the roof. And I guess I'm just gonna have to watch vigilantly for any news on the game at this point. But yeah, I can't wait. But that being said, I've got other stuff I need to do. I need to record one more thing today, and then I need to prepare for my train tomorrow. So yeah, just like a very quickly made video to get my kind of thoughts and stuff out, because I can't not talk about this. I physically cannot stop myself from doing so. But yeah, that's the video. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, yada yada yada. And here's to being so fucking back.